Welcome to PLANB Express, an ecosystem for digital entrepreneurship and blockchain academy. We instruct, we teach, we guide participants to profiting from the global financial market. Our trainees is hand-on and a practical mentorship where people could learn from the scratch without prior knowledge of the financial market. The good news is this: we help people to navigate the system in the stock market, the forex market, the crypto market, the commodity market. And we've been doing this for the past a decade and a half. I put to many people today that have joined these platforms, from where they work, being a student, being a housewife, government workers, contractors, and they've been doing nicely well in this space. For the past 5 years now, the narrative have changed from the aspect of the forex market, how it used to be. It's more and more decentralized because of the innovations and the introduction of AI system. And so we hold people, showing them how to perpetually stay on the peers that deliver to them, both in a swing strategy, both in a scalping strategy, and even a holding portfolio for a longer time. So PLANB Express is an epic platform that has been running and situated in Nigeria, precisely headquartered in Rivers State. Our office is located at number 49 Odaba Road, Chidima Plaza, opposite Mimi Tasty, close to Rumamasi Roundabout, Rivers State, Port Harcourt. And people have been coming and regular trainings and meetings we have. It is important for people to know that the financial market is going global, bigger, and expanding beyond what we used to have. I interact with people sometimes. They tell me after the financial market crisis in 2008, we have never entered into the financial market. I ask them, there is no transaction that happened that without the intervention of the financial market in the foreign exchange. I put to you today that the forex market alone is recording a turnover of $7.2 trillion in 24 hours. Why? Because of exchange of one currency to another. So what we do, simple to do, is to show people how to go into that ocean, catch their own fishes, nourish it again, and expand in the economy. Our goal is 5 years to financial freedom via digital asset accumulation and financial market navigation. We've shown people how to be independently do it by themselves, because we have seen for the past a decade now, most platforms on the internet have been usually the Robin Peter to paper. We said, what is the solution? The first solution we got was to educate and enlighten people for the right education. Be educated, learn, and learn and learn and relearn at a time. So, but most time the challenge we have is the poverty ravaging Africa, Asia, and the Philippines. Most of those scrupulous elements come much to target the level of literacy of people around those areas. But we have taken the course and take it up to say we must enlighten the public, we must educate the public on how to enjoy this environment. Ladies and gentlemen, a minute with us in PLANB Express will surprise your financial life for better. So PLANB Express, together we rise.
All right, guys, you're welcome. And just like we've said, this is PLANB Express, and what we do is to educate people and letting people take proactive measure for their finances. And we have a goal, 5 years to financial freedom via digital asset accumulation. And of course, if you are new tonight, you're welcome. Probably you've been invited by your friends, wherever you've been connected from. We've seen one of the major problem around the financial market is a wrong advisor and, of course, the wrong mentorship. So some mentors now have turned to tormentors. But by and large, we both have situations. Both mentors and mentees have situation. So mentees too are difficult to be mentored, or largely because they really do not know what we are looking for. And you have good number of people who their directions or their interest is largely consumed by funny scheme, and That's why it's easy for them to be captured by unscrupulous elements, and then thereafter they waste all their resources in search of wealth. But I will always put to people, the way you are looking at opportunity around crypto, is actually not being chased that way, right? So the way we chased around the money in the crypto space and thinking that the way people are talking, all right, is actually not so. The best you can do for yourself, congratulations, those of you who made it to the event we had yesterday in Port Harcourt at the COINW event. And I think somebody come, I'm sure maybe he will be in this Zoom tonight. And, you know, he had been experiencing a lot of disappointment above all. And, you know, he was looking, what can he do? What is he supposed to do? And I told her with all sense of sincerity, oh, this is lovely. Crude oil is going well. Oh, that's good. So with all sense of sincerity, I told her, hey, you know what? The best you can do for yourself is to first build yourself. You have to, as a matter of fact, build yourself, reformat yourself. That's the first thing. Not about recovery. Recovery starts from yourself. You have to tell yourself the hard truth and build yourself first so that you can recover. Without building yourself, recovery is not in view, to be very candid. Without building yourself, recovery is never in view. So, and I told this fellow, I said, hey, you know what? You just have to rebuild yourself. And that's the first recovery. And so those of us who are, maybe we're just new, we're just coming newly, the first thing you need is how to build yourself. Wow. Is how to build yourself. To be very sincere, you must be ready to build yourself. If you are not ready to build yourself, forget it. So the first investment you have to put in place is investment on yourself, your personal development to vital tools, to vital informations, all right? Vital basic skills are the predominant thing that you have to first of all look at before anything. Quite unfortunately, everybody will make money, but I can tell you for free that not everybody will sustain money, right? And so tonight I'm going to be very brief because I have a whole lot of things to pile up waiting for me. Quickly, we want to look at the market. What are we expecting, or probably what could happen this week? Now, there are going to be not just like the volatility we had, even though we're making a range market all this while in Bitcoin. Then some markets move very well. Of course, we will see the detached. But this week may be a little bit volatile. And I think Bitcoin is at the verge of very fragile point, which it could, right? So you can see Bitcoin. It's at the last point of, yeah, we could see Bitcoin. Yeah, even if it crashed down to 29,800 or still back to 29,533 thereabout, we're still okay. Even back to 28,400 or $28,045, we're still good. But if we are unable to maintain all this point, then we could still see Bitcoin back to 25,000 and 25,000, 24,900. So, but that's not what you want to look at. It doesn't really matter where Bitcoin goes to. That's one of the things you should understand. Now, but if by and large, we could still see some range, but very volatile, much movement up and down from where it is now back to probably 20, excuse me. Right, so probably back to 20, let's look at it. Okay, 30,900 or 31,000 as it were. So just continue to do that. But if forcefully we could break above 31,600, then we could now be having in view 34,000 before a massive crash. that Bitcoin will still not come down very big. It's unlikely. Chances are there that it can come down very big, perhaps if it could make it up, but it's on a very fragile point now that Bitcoin crashed down. So I will advise those of us who want to long or short to, first of all, when the market opens, especially in New York, market opens in the morning, the Nigerian time should be, if I'm not mistaken, 1 a.m. or so in Nigerian time, to see where is the direction, which is strong, that the US dollars could reverse, okay? That is this US index could reverse back, violently, all right? Because chances that will break below this point, I'm doubting it. This is the trend of May. The trend of May, still an uptrend, and then having a very good support, strong support at about 101 and all that. So the US index could blossom, and which those of you who are in the forex market or the foreign currency trading will be good for you to, be on the buy for US dollars. So be on the sell for dollar cost with other currency, as it were. So we could see a strength for US dollar. Yeah, but of course, the saga, which I'm going to explain, why anyone who is on this call and you are yet to have started assembling, remember I told us May, June, July is very crucial towards, where are you? Excuse me, just a moment. Where is this? Where is this? Excuse me. Excuse me. I needed to see this guy. Okay, all right. Where is this? Just a moment. If we cannot find it, that is, I don't want to help you people to. There's some vital information that I've actually kept to see how it's going to help us to see the week coming. Fortunately,
companies of all sizes.
So where are you? Source. Fortunately, I couldn't find it. Okay, so let's just go ahead. Okay. Okay, so like I was saying, that you could have a kind of a little strength on US dollar this week that probably may either push Bitcoin down a little or make Bitcoin look so volatile this week. But this is the point. Am I supposed to be wary about what price of Bitcoin is doing? The answer is no. Now, for those of you who are new, you probably want to observe tomorrow, Monday, till evening time, crossing to Tuesday, if you have intention of buying any coin, right? So that you wouldn't finish buying and the market goes down. But the markets look very fragile as it is now. That will crash down. But Bitcoin have been ranging. I told all of us that more than 2 weeks now, we've been ranging from where we, got stuck. We didn't crash down. We just have a kind of range market. But yet we're still holding very strong. And we could move up to $31,000 and all of that. I have a positions on my future that have been open for short since that should be about 2 weeks now. Yeah, should be there and having a very negative price, as it were. So, but this is the point I'm trying to make for those of us who are in the market. You want to be little bit consolidate before you take in action. Ordinarily, people want to be buying markets, weekend, we expect market to not be sweet in weekend. And so by Monday morning to like 11 a.m., you should be thinking of how to buy some coins and add it to your portfolio. But as it is now, it's looking more fragile because the US dollar may want to recover to an extent, even though it will still come down because there's so much crisis. So, right? So that's for Bitcoin. Of course, whatever happened to Bitcoin, you expect Ethereum to have some. However, Ethereum even looks strong in the previous strength, as it were. So, but we have to be little bit careful and for not to just jump into the market as fast as possible. However, there are so many coins that are doing well, so it doesn't matter what the market is doing, just for you to understand the narrative. Okay, I'm going to do a little experiment because of the new people. I'm sure what I'm doing now look more to be advanced for you. But of course, you need basic and how to actually be charged by yourself in your business. That's where Plan B comes in for you, where you probably want to enroll in our basic intermediate so that you're able to hold your hands both online and offline to learn and follow on. Yeah, so now there are things we need to understand, the narrative around the crypto market, right? So coupled with all of those news, at the same time, it's still struggling. I think 2 days ago, about more than $120 million of crypto firms' assets were moved to an unknown address weeks after its CEO disappeared, Paul says. Now, there are so many saga that will be happening that cause panic for people in the market. So you probably have to sit down by yourself. Now, additionally, what I want us to understand and why you need to wake up as fast as possible to position yourself and learn how to build your crypto portfolio by yourself now is number one. The US government. Okay, before I move further, those of you who trade in stock, in Plan B, we are a body of ecosystem that look into the global financial market. So not limited to cryptocurrency. And then our system or strategy of facing the financial market is not just depending on scalping, even in the crypto or in the forex. We love swing strategy. And that's why we always want people to build a portfolio, because the swingers are actually in charge of the market. However, people who are scalping, they love to scalp because they are used to it, but not everybody will have that time. And not everybody will be as professional as possible to be catching in between the lines. So when the market is going to be manipulated so greatly, it easily impacts people who scalp. And that's why in Plan B, we do not always encourage scalping, especially for beginner. Beginner, the best way for you, it's usually to swing, buy low and sell high. Just for instance, if you look at some coins, let's look at Solana. Okay, I wanted already take note of this, those of you who are stock trader, right? You write this stock down. I traded this stock many years back before the politics come in. This is called NEO. It's a stock, it's a Chinese stock, right? And this Chinese stock was listed in New York Stock Exchange, all right? But when the politics of US, the war, what do they call it? The trade war between US and Chinese, and so issues start happening, because this actually like a copycat of similar to Tesla. It's an electric car company, but it's a Chinese-based company. So this stock actually had risen up to $63 at a point, until when the manipulations or the trade war happened. And of course, we know what happened along the line. Okay, I made a lot of money on this stock that year, all right, 2000. Was it 2019, 2020, 2021 or so? Let me just, I want to arrive at somewhere, because those of us who funny people have been lying to and using you to eat, I'm sorry. I know many of us have been has been selling out unnecessarily for so look at the long run, it's just like taking a move, but it's still fragile though. But yeah, if you look at it now, so in 2019, you can see from, I think from the listing price from $13, having it done, and then it crashed down. So those of you who are newly coming, understand something. Why is good? I was in the kind of meeting today in the church, and where I was telling them about what they actually need to succeed in this space. One, you have to go for relevant, new and updated knowledge, and you need to have the right mentorship from the right mentor. So that means you need to be careful in the type of mentor you have. So you have to have a mentor, and so that you'll be able to arrive at your destination. And of course, the type of goal you set for yourself determine the type of mentor you want to select. Now, what do I want to show us here? This stock fell woefully back to $1 plus, even at $1 plus to the floor back. And you know what it means for an investor. The person is going to run away. That was in 2018, did little well, and all through 2019 beginning till November, that's to the end of the year, it was a free fall. And then it rose again to about $4 until it crashed down again. And this is a good correction and similar to a kind of double bottom. And you can see that from that April 2020, last beginning of, so you could see, I'm arriving at somewhere, especially those of you who they have lied to, and you have wasted your resources to fund the Ponzi scheme people. So, all right. So can you see now? This was April 2020 to February 2021. April 2020 to February 2021. This stock, that April to February is less than a year, if I'm not mistaken. And that gave 2,166% to a holder of this stock. Now, if that's the case, some people were trading it though, they were making money. We bought at $3 again, we sold at $6, bought back, I sold at $9, bought back, sold $23. So I know the last price I could remember was I sold at $63. And I still have some stock that I didn't sell on my Bamboo app and was there. Now, since then, it has been on the correction mode, right? It has been a change dimension. So you can see from 2021, it has been down for because of the trade war. It moved, tried to move, and even with this now, let's just say, if not, we can still say the key point support of this stock will be at about $4.57. Yeah, but some of us were still buying and selling from $5 or $6 plus, and sold at $10, stuff like that. But now, you can see that since 2021 till today, 2022, or through now we're 2023, that's still. Now, the question you ask me, I'm not asking you to buy, I'm just telling you the narrative around companies, not only now, just like talking about the financial market. Now, what could happen if I review some things about this company to know who are the CEO and what are they doing? Are they having new partnership, as it were? Then, doing that, the Chinese now had like to strengthen, and we're talking about the de-dollarization. Now, companies or countries like China, the Putin people, and taking themselves off the dollar. Now, what could happen to the indigenous company of such country? Now, you could witness some traffic into such country and transaction picking up. Now, on the other side, the US government have been working on what we call the CBDC and different countries of the world. Why? Because one of the major challenges is the cryptocurrency, as it were. So if that is the case, they want to make sure that the best way is to filter and censor the CBDC to make dollar totally digital from fiat. So when we tell some persons about bye-bye to fiat currency, people do not understand. They thought we said there will not be anything called currency. No, cash may be, eliminated eventually. But so why, right? They want to come back to censor back to the people having crypto. And who will suffer? The people who will suffer more are people who refuse to have land and understand the pure decentralized gateway in terms of how to trade on decentralized exchange, having MetaMask wallet and all of that. Because over time, sorry, those of you who are like maybe jackpot from Nigeria to different foreign countries, you actually over the years, you may be making money, but your money is going to be censored. Why? You will not be able to do anything, of your privacy. It will not be there because all the money, even the cash, will be converted probably to CBDC. Watch out from now, update from US from now till the end of this July, especially from 27th upward. Watch out, update that will be coming out from the US in terms of updates and new signing from bank, JP Morgan, and all the like, what's going to be happening. And some banks that will be piloting, working in hand in hands with the government about the CBDC, and then talking about the digital dollar. And so a lot of people who are not well informed about the cryptocurrency say, yeah, this is the best digital currency because government is involved. So that one, like Bitcoin, government is not involved, so it's not good. So, but that's the orientation. And for that, the subject to that. By the time we come, you will not be able to do anything independently on your own. They may have a situation where there will be an amount maximum you can spend, especially when they observe you are talking anything against the government or saying something, or you are trying to protest or something. You can be limited on how much you should spend per day or what you should spend money on, stuff like that. Just understand there are going to be a whole lot of things. And now the Bitcoin, since it's like unkillable guy, they have to see how do we do to have more Bitcoin collected from the public hands and still be in charge of it as much as possible. Now, I'm giving all this narrative because I've told some of us that if you miss May, June, and July, the bull run we are entering to in 2024 and climax in 2025 may not really make sense for you because you will not be able to really comprehend. A lot of things will be happening, higgy-haga, propaganda, stuff like that. But because you've not gotten the right information, you will be scared. And of course, you will still go into the hands of, this is a public environment, so I probably will not be able to give out certain secrets so much. It just like give you a basic fundamental to understand that the digital currency we're looking at is beyond what to think about it, right? There's a whole lot of things people need to learn. So you want to learn more deeper things and how to help yourself around the cryptocurrency, the blockchain technology. I think it's expedient, right? It's expedient you calm down, get enrolled or get familiarized with Plan B, following up update on a regular basis. It's going to help you. And what we preach in Plan B is Operation Do It Yourself. So if you're not ready to learn how to do it yourself, you probably will not enjoy Plan B, because you will come and say, okay, I just want to see where I will invest. They will be paying me percentage. We don't do that, because there are going to be element of cheating. So we want you by yourself to be involved as much as possible. So, but you need to get prepared ahead of things coming up in the world. Different country, different government of the world will be bringing a lot of things. Like I was telling them in that church, I was even yesterday in the event, I told people, as if people in Nigeria, they're going to be increasing tax system. Yeah, they're going to be increasing tax system. So people in conventional business, even the people in fintech, will get some heat. So if you didn't build yourself very well to understand the divergence, the external variables, factors that, and how to guide yourself merge, to be very candid, you may run out of business. That's the truth. Because the heat will be so much that you would even be confused on what to do. Meanwhile, people will be making money and you will not make money. You say, what's happening? Because you have refused to settle down online. So that's for, an understanding that everybody needs to read up to understand where we are, and where we are going, as it were. All right. So now coming to new people who are just coming in, look at it. You need to understand that if you really want to do well in crypto, you need to have an exchange by yourself, which I always recommend, that BINANCE, OKEX, so many other exchange probably you can use. Maybe if you are watching this recording on YouTube, you could see I will post some of those exchange platform perhaps you want to use. All right. And then you will now need to have, let's go here. You will now need to have wallets. Okay. Let's go here. Excuse me. Okay. All right. Let's go. And I think one of the lovely things around OKEX now is that you can have the exchange and vis-a-vis the wallet. So I think it's going to help beginners, because the wallets, when you open the exchange, you're going to see the wallet inside. So you can open both the wallets, with your exchange, so that when you are trading, buying and selling, every profit you make or the coin you want to hold, you can easily push them into your wallet. Yeah, so those are part of the thing we're talking about, the decentralization. So you don't keep your coin, right, in your exchange. You want to keep your coin, it's only a coin you are just holding. You want to keep it in your wallet, right? So this is MetaMask, for instance. Everyone as a beginner, you need to have MetaMask. And then the other Web3 wallet, if you look at this, my dashboard here, all these icons you are seeing, they are wallet, and I have more, each for different purposes. Over time, you get to understand why all of those wallets are necessary, right? So you want to have different wallets, all right, so that you can be trading on DEX system, like on the PancakeSwap, Bulk Finance, all right? So this is your wallet. So you can have Trust Wallet on your mobile. You can have OKEX wallet on your mobile, and at the same time, OKEX wallet on. So if you look at it here, if I click on wallet, for instance, look at it. So if I click on wallet, this is OKEX. So now you can switch, like if you are using the mobile app now of OKEX, you can switch in between the exchange and the wallet. Meanwhile, that is to say, you can buy coin on your exchange. After you have traded, you have made some profit, right? You can send the money into your wallet. Now, the advantage is this. Anything in your wallet, even if OKEX have problem in the future, you can slave this wallet to any Web3 enabled wallet. You can slave it to MetaMask, you can slave it to any type of other external wallet that is working at that time. So that's the advantage. So you may have DDoS attack on the web because hacking happened and all of that. They are still investigating into it. But the one you have in your wallet will be safe, that you can enslave it. Even if the wallet app or interface is not having problem, the backend will still be running, which can be slave into another wallet. That's why any wallet you are using that do not have the phrase, the backup phrase, and the private key, be careful. Like some of you, somebody was telling me, about the FinTalk that size a decentralized wallet and all of that. And I checked the API, price API was not even live, meaning you cannot view prices of asset, all right, in its movement to the global movement, as it were. So I was smiling and I said, no, this is just an ordinary app that when you are sending your money, it goes to the people personal wallet. And so what you are having on your dashboard is just a figure. And so these are the things that people use to, destroy lives. And people say, oh, this is decentralized and all of that. So you don't need to believe all of those crap and stuff like that. Now, for those of you who are just coming newly, I thought I was going to have a coin I would tell you to buy. But of course, you don't even know the coin to buy. I think, okay, Solana is already on the bit high, but you can still buy Solana, Matic, Matic, Solana, XRP. So let's look at it. Let's look at where, well, Solana should be correct at the correction mode now. At it. Okay, so let's look at SOL, Solana, sorry. Okay, so it's actually correcting. So you could wait for Solana to crash down maybe to $20, yeah? And then you buy, can crash down to, it actually have it goes across about $20 and 19 point something or 18.63, right? So if you crash down, why not? But of course, having a very head long, but there are so many factors about like stakings or like Gemini now announced a staking for Solana, Matic, and one other coin, forgotten. So let's look at XRP. And those of you, they lie to that you cannot start cryptocurrency if you don't have big money. That's not true. So be careful. Those things are lies. For those of you who do not have heart, don't buy XRP. The politics that is still going on. But some of us, we are not moving. We are not shaking. Whatever will happen, so if you have the heart, you can buy some XRP. But if you don't have, as a new person, just leave it. Let me look at Matic, maybe a better buy for you guys. So, though there are some funny politics too around Matic and Solana, but nevertheless, it's still less than $1. So you probably want to buy Matic, right? So, like I said, we're going to be facing a lot of volatility because of the politics ahead, and so many things can happen. So you just prepare yourself, and then in between. So as a beginner, what am I supposed to be doing? I've said number one, you need to go for learning. And number two, you need to have all of those exchange I mentioned, OKEX, BYBIT, then other exchange platform. Number two, you need to have your wallet, like the MetaMask, even other wallet like TronLink wallets, where you can keep your USDT. But good thing, the OKEX wallet is so lovely now that you can just OKEX wallet, you can just have different protocol there, which make a lot of sense. So I think it's very it's apt. You can use it to store your USDT on Tron protocol and all of that. So it's going to help you one-stop shop, right? So OKEX can be okay for you for that. But some of us, because we run different purposes, for the easy identification and transactional movement, we have different wallet, as it were, and that's how we set it. Okay. So, but for you, you may not go to that extent until when you have grown. Well, sorry, what I mean when you have grown is that you already understand what you are doing. You're already more used to the space, and you just have little guide, and then you can be doing some things. And I want to give a caution to some persons when they come into crypto. They always say why they fall victim of some platforms, that because they are busy, and some will say because they don't know too much, and some will say because they want to be making money per day. Yes, the truth is that you can make money per day in crypto, but not immediately when you start, right? You can make money per day in crypto, but not immediately when you start. So you can be paying yourself passive income in crypto, but not immediately when you start. So understand that your starting is investment in yourself, understanding knowledge, and be able to navigate and be able to move away from the lies that some of those Ponzi promoters will always give to you. Because that's the mindset they presented. They give to people passive income. Passive income is good, but you can actually develop it by yourself, all right? So please be wary of all of those funny platforms. They come to tell you, sorry, I was just trying to do some experimentations on this drip. So I harvest in a place and drop it to another wallet. I want to take this wallet to 10,000. Maybe in a few period now, you will see this wallet at 10,000. I'll take another wallet again. Well, that will be a story for another day. So when you start, don't be in a haste to, I want to be making money because if I don't have a place where I can be making money every day or every month, my family will suffer. That's not true. So what to do is that first, as you start, sacrifice to learn. Then while you are learning, that's why we now show you what we call diversification. So let me go here. Look at it. While you are learning, there are things that are so important in our system, right? Number one is we call it portfolio. In Plan B, we call it portfolio. And so when we talk about portfolio, that you buy a coin to hold, and so that in the next bull run, just like I showed us something now here. Now, don't you think that this man that I said here about this stock, for instance, where is the stock? Let's go to, okay, let's even look at Bitcoin for some, when it was totally down. Okay? So let's look at Bitcoin. All right, so look at Bitcoin, right? So look at Bitcoin recovery. So imagine when it crashed, this is a double top, right? For Bitcoin. That was in 2022, right? 2021 and 2022. So we have the double top. First crash down, April, May 2021, and landed at this same 2021 around July, and it still made it up again to, that's when it got to 69,000, 67, 69,000. And that was a double top, right? And it fell. People created head and shoulder here, something like this. But that was a confirmed double top. And then it crashed down and got to this neckline as if it was not going to break it. If you have been in Plan B for some time, remember when I told you, once he missed, if he can cross 48,000 plus, that means we'll continue the journey, but I doubt. And then immediately we got to 48,400. I told you guys, forget it, we are done. So the total confirmation of downtrend continued. But it was November, we confirmed that we are now off for the bull run. Now we are going back to the bear market, right? So now you can imagine the market kept crashing down. Now you can't target to say you are buying the bottom. You can always buy the range of the bottom. And there we have this. The market kept crashing down. And of course, we got about $15,000 plus. And you could see what happened. Now, this is the thing where we talk about the strategy. Now, somebody must have been buying from whichever. So somebody who bought from here, 16,000 plus. Upon all this market you are talking that is crashing, the person is seated on 84%. That means the investment you did from the beginning of this year, which means from January this year up until now that you just bought it and hold it, you have 80%. But let's look at it. 80%, right? Divided by how many months? We're in the 7th month. So let's even say 7. 82% or 84%, I mean, divided by 7 months. That's still about 12% per month. And all the Ponzi scheme promised you 10%, some 6%, and all of that. Now, I'm just showing you all of these. Now, there are some coins you have bought that has done. We bought some coins that were, new project coins that were just coming up. Let me use an example. WIGOSWAP that we're farming up until now. WIGOSWAP is still seated on about 2,000% from last year to this year, right? So you can now see why our diversification. So having bought that, all these. So, but while you bought this and held, you still now have some other partition that you have bought and you are buying and selling, not for as long as holding like this. So, but eventually, if you look at it that you bought the bottom and the market, maybe at the end of this year, we could get up to $49,000 to $50,000. So that means at the end of the year, if you bought at the bottom, actually, you can do 100 to 200% just by a holding, and eventually will be crashed down maybe back to $28,000, $24,000 before, probably the bull run comes and all of that. So, you can now tell yourself, oh, I will have even done well and solve all my financial problem rather to have been wasting my resources following, also Ethereum was actually looking good more than Bitcoin. Okay, right? So, I will have just make more money down, those money I was wasting to those Ponzi scheme. So when you have bought some and you hold, then you are now buying some and swinging. From that swing, you will have made some money to help your family since, that had been giving you some challenge, right? So then going by this, that's where you now need some of those platforms like we mentioned. Now, let me quickly show to us. We have what we call PLANB business combo. And we have said, instead of wasting our money to third-party platforms, why don't I do farming? And that's why we have ULS staking, farming, WIGOSWAP, BSWAP, and all of that. This one you just saw is the drip FAUCET, and they will call it DeFi game. Then we talked about EVERGREENFFX, that, okay, you can connect with their boat and fund your account to be making profit. Now, sometimes you could do, in a month, you could do, like last month, I'm sure they did 20-something%. So that can be helping you to family okay. But if you look at it, not everybody as a starter will have the money to finance their EVERGREENFFX, for instance. Let's say it's going to require you, even if you are going on GDI or Giant is $500 and the minimum capital is $1,000, that's $1,500. I do not have. Okay, so what should I do? I know for now the option for me on Evergreen is not, because I do not have enough money. I only have $100. I only have $500. I only have $200. In fact, what I only have is 20,000 naira. So 20,000 naira, I don't know how much dollar it to be. Let's say it's $30. Will it be? Okay, let's say it's $30. So if it's $30, so where should I start from? Yeah, so you don't need to come and start from Evergreen. That means you need to open like a wallet, maybe OKEX, right? So as you open OKEX, all you need to know is basically the following update. We always tell people markets go up and down. And in the process of going up and down, it will create what we call support and resistance. You could see all this, my line drawn here. They were key levels. If you have been following us in Plan B, when we're crashing down, we already told people where you are likely going to have a rebound. If you break below these, those are markets, you know, trend and following. So you could see that market is actually getting started. At this point, if we can break a little, that will break. If we don't, then we'll crash down again. That means we can go down to 20. If I'm not surprised, Bitcoin go down to $20,000 anytime. I'm not going to be surprised. So, but you don't need to, but key level, you can look at $25,000 or $25,700, not like the point where I was sometime, right? So let me just quickly do this. Go back to 4 hours again. Sorry about that. Okay. They close it. Oh, week. Okay. Thank you. Right. 4 hours. Those of you who are new, don't worry, all of those are not magical. So you will know how to do all of those over time. Okay, so we saw the breakout, you know, say, okay, finally the market broke out, and there we are. So we're in a similar case again now. So you can see that we're actually at a very key level, right? We're at a very good key level, right? So at this key level, you expect perhaps, like I told us, maybe $30,900 or up to, but if we're able to break above that, then the bed could fly. But we're key level, but very fragile. So key level, but very fragile. So that means we can fall down to as low as 28,000, you know, 27,000 plus, or 25,000 at the bottom, as it were. Okay, see, somewhere here. These are key levels for Bitcoin, and that could happen anytime. So you don't need to bother yourself, give yourself a necessary headache. So those of us who are new, you can open OKEX. Whoever invited you, ask him, because we always have link. It will be on the safer side for you to take the link of the person who invited you. Then if you're following me on YouTube, on Facebook, there's always a link on the narrative or the chart of the recording. So when you're watching, you can actually pick the link there and register on OKEX, and then you begin to trade. So let's say you have only 20,000 naira to start. Okay, you know, you can meet, if you don't know who to meet, if you meet anybody in Plan B, we don't invest for people, but you can come to our office in Plan B, or you can chat up and then buy USDT and fund your OKEX by yourself. And then you can buy coin. So for instance, I was talking about Matic now. Let me just check. There was a coin. Okay, I was saying this coin, Zen Network, Zen Crypto, that it had been long time down. So let's see Zen Crypto. But of course, never mind. The Bitcoin crashed down. It doesn't have resistance to pull out. So okay, now it's not there on Binance, it's not there on OKEX, but I think it's on Gate.io. So at Gate.io is another exchange, or MXC. Okay. So imagine if you buy this coin in crypto. So let me look at it. Zen Crypto. However, it's fragile anyway because of so let's look at it. Not a financial advice, guys. So, okay, it actually tried to move and then it got sold again. And so just getting weakened. And so there could be some narrative around it's very fragile anyway, where it is. I think it's just like similar to what MMIT did. Check on a coin. MMIT really tried. And, so, okay, let's check Pepe. Wow, Bobo is not resting. That's crazy, guys. You know, so some of us who are new and we are not always following to buy coin. Imagine, Bobo, that I think I bought from. Okay, so this is about 50%. Okay, that's not too big. Right, so this is about 50%. I'm not asking you to buy, so I'm just trying to check if I could see a coin I can recommend for you guys. For those of us who are new, the market is going to be very volatile, crazily volatile. I will just buy more dollar to circumvent my buy position on synthetics for Bitcoin, because I doubt if this guy will make it to up this week. Or yeah, very unlikely. Okay, so let's look at Pepe. What's Pepe doing? So Pepe 2 is under the cloud, so it has actually tried. Yeah, Pepe is under the cloud. So Pepe is under the cloud. So chances for Pepe, Pepe is under the cloud, but I may want to look at Pepe at about that 50114. Yeah, 14. So I probably want to target see Pepe still crash down to, yeah, this key level, or even 5013 and all of that. So you probably want to target, you can set a buy price for Pepe, you know, maybe you are new. So you have $20 or $30. So you expect market, if you crash down, like I told us, it's going to be very volatile this week. Yeah. So if it does that, if it does crash down, yeah, you want to, if it does crash down, you want to, so look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, very fragile where it is. So you want to buy Pepe or other coins when it really crash. So you probably want to set a price or wait till like Tuesday or Wednesday to see what dimension the market wants to go. But like I told us, you expect that, you know, some level of recovery for US dollars, right? Because a lot of people will now want to target to buy, you know, both in the forex market and all of that, making dollar to get some strength and then weaken anything paired with dollar. So that's what you should imagine, you know, coming to this new week, as it were. So, ladies and gentlemen, those of us who are new, you're welcome. And this is how we roll in Plan B. It's operation do it yourself. You want to really know better, help yourself. It's expedient you sit down and learn the basic. Don't give your money to any third party. So we have different forums like OKEX and all those other platforms for trading. And then we have COINW. Those of us who are registered on our COINW, please go and verify, because you saw the training we have in Port Harcourt. If you're in Port Harcourt, that's going to be helping you on future. But be caution. Those of you who want to be greedy, thank God you had when Mike was talking about greed and other persons. And I don't trade future all the time. I swing. So I don't have all the time to start scalping and no. So imagine where you are swinging. Let's use an example. So look at, this is Bitcoin. So this is Bitcoin. So imagine when you are swinging at a very good breakout. So let's say using this indicator, and that's when it asks you, well, we're now green. So let's even pretend that you did enter this trade and it's a swing trade from here. So let me take measurement for that. So let me take from here. Because for me, all this confirmed for me that we're moving on and all of that, even before the bull. So, but let's take from here that you entered from here, somewhere here. So, because you're still strong here, you are not shaking, okay? But at this point, you are shaking because you know that you have done something meaningful. So this is 16%, right? Now, 16%, and you're just on 5x. 5x, not too much leverage, 3 years, 5 years, maximum 10x. So if you're on 5x, that will be 16%, right? Multiplied by 5. So let's look at it. 16 multiplied by 5. That's about 80%. So you are good. Yeah. And let's say you are what you expose is just call it for me. It just $100 or $200, and you have done 80%. So you're okay. And you will take the profit with rest of mind. Right? Then the same thing, if it were 10x, that would be 160% in that order. So, and even at this point when the market is still struggling, you probably might have not closed it because you are still watching, is it breaking down? Because you swing it. But the issue with scalping is that you want to be making money on it. So you agree that once you are scalping the market, either on the trade or the crypto for your future trading, you are definitely going to be losing a lot and making some. So over time, you just see you profit, but you anticipate so much energy, right? You dissipate so much energy. So that's what I do not have energy to do, right? So please, ladies and gentlemen, be careful, because that always interests a lot of people when they come into crypto or the market. They want to scalp and all of that. The scalping is not your beginning. To start with scalping, you may eventually exit the market and be angry with yourself because of what the thing is going to do to you, all right? So that the same thing I do on currency. Of course, if you have been on our platform, your AUD card, I told us we're already now ready to long. You see when I say entry point and all of that. See when I say war zone. But I was only waiting for buying for people who sold. Because I say if it's unable to break out of this war zone, forget it's going to crash. And you saw the crash. So imagine for people who are even trying to short, but they are swing trader, all right? They are going to complete a big, so probably he has not short here, but he's short from under this guy here, or even at this confirmation. So imagine at this point to this, that should be how many people. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So from here, so that's 256 pips, 257 pips. So let's say you are on 10 cents, that's 0.01. Is it 0.01 or something? 0.05 or so. Am I? Oh, 0.01. Yeah, something like that. So now that would be 257 multiplied by 0.1. Okay, should it be something like that? Just forgotten. So okay, $1, sorry. So $1 or some that on $2. So let's say 257 multiplied by 2, yeah. So $2, that's going to be $500 and something. And you close it maybe whatever within a week or plus, where it was faster. Going up will always be slower. Coming down will be faster. That's just the truth you need to understand. So swinging can be more profitable with rest of mind. But some people have all the energy and then they can always be in the market to monitor. Why not? But don't put yourself under pressure. It can be very risky. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I think at this point I need to pause. You have questions you probably want to ask. Why not? So we have a lot of things we want to do upper week from 22nd of this month. In Port Harcourt, we're going to be having an event co-partnered and sponsored by ADMIRALS MARKET. So that event is going to be, tentatively, we're looking at Swiss Spirit Hotel. And in that, it's going to be general presentation and orientations. You have friends in Port Harcourt, get them prepared. It's free and for Saturday. And on Sunday, we're going to be having like executive dinner, business meeting, right? And that will be on Sunday. Of course, going to be probably 3 p.m. or so. Then the following Monday, which is on the 24th to 28th, so Monday to Friday, it's going to be run through trainings in our office. So looking into how to use your microscopy strategy to, to review and leverage and make money out of the financial market, called the forex market, the crypto market, and the stock. So, and because like one jump shop, we show you a lot of things. So if I were you, you are in Port Harcourt or even far away from Port Harcourt, you may want to prepare your time to take advantage of it. The event, the training for hard-on Monday to Friday is going to be happening in our office at PLANB Xpress Trading Hall at number 49 Odaba Road at Chidima Plaza. It's directly opposite Mimi Tasty. It's at Rumomasi. If you're in River State, Port Harcourt, that's where the office is. So we're going to be having the training. It's free. Nobody's charging you anything for that. It's free. 5 days, come on. So you just want to leverage that ticket. You can. So after that, so we're going to be, myself, the Dean of Forex, and a lot of people are going to be exposing us to a whole lot of things. And of course, I wouldn't have time to expose us to some things, but in this training, I'm going to send a link of some brokers that we are leveraging on to do some things. You're going to be loving it because I've been experimenting on them and seeing how to use them. Because the last training we did in the office, we told you that it's not about the instrument, it's not about the company, it's about you and the leverage you want to maximize on any platform. So stop being carried away by funny people telling you the CEO is nobody give a damn. Anybody can be a CEO. So, but you have to look at what you want to make by yourself. So I'm going to be exposing us to some platforms that we'll be leveraging on, and so many things will be taken out of. So that's that. And of course, we're having events in Lagos. We're having events in Lagos, more tending. Yeah, so the same event that took place in Port Harcourt yesterday, there's going to be same event in Lagos at Landmark, right? Is it Landmark or Landmark in Lagos at VI on the 15th. And is it on the 15th? I think I'll check. I posted it before. And then in Abuja, going to be a ShopRite, in Abuja, either of the Abuja is 2 days, that 27 and 28. Then Lagos is 15th. So you want to learn. So we want to kill Ponzi scheme. We cannot stop them, but we can help people to remove themselves by reformatting yourself, getting the right knowledge. There's no how you know how to do this, know how to pull out money by yourself. And any funny person will be marketing one funny scheme to you. You wouldn't listen to them. That's the truth. It's appalling. So what I'm experimenting is both on crypto, the stock market. I'll just show you, for instance, and I told you the stock you should go and write down. That you love stock or not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you have an opportunity to buy a stock at a nominal price, just like in the training we had today. Many of them, especially in Nigeria, many of you are listening to me. Do you know that, oh God, ignorance is a parasite? Did you know that some of those people bought stock at IPO since 2007 and all? They don't even know what was going on. Some of them bought it at 50 kobo and all. They didn't know that some of those stock has actually gone up and they were not aware, I'm telling you, and they invested money. They didn't know that those money invested, the price of those stock has actually gone up. So, but if I'm telling you, what I was telling them in that place today, they were, I'm sure they were surprised that what's this guy talking about? How can you tell me stock is good? So I'm sure if I have open argument for them to tell me, is stock a good thing? The reply I will get is that no, it's a useless thing. Yeah, that's what I was going to get. I'm sure that's what I was going to get. No, stock is not a good thing, it's a useless thing. You know why? Because of the orientation, what they know about stock. And so they just give money to a stockbroker who tell them you are, yeah. Okay, so let's look at, this is First Bank stock. Some of them bought at the IPO level many years back. Yeah, so this is just limited because of the time put it on. So some of them bought at the IPO level. Can you see that? In fact, it's looking more promising that we're at a very big breakout for the stock. There was a peak here in 2000 and yeah, it's at the peak of 2000 and what? This is 2013. Come on. And then had a free fall down to as low as 3 naira. So all through 2016. Then you have a move, and that's another good peak at 2018. This was a bear market. So imagine you have an understanding. I will make so much money in your crypto in 2017. That was where we did the peak, right? In 2017. So 2017, okay, this is 2018 January, okay? So the peak was 2018, the bear market of crypto. That was at 14 or 15, let's say $16, not able to make to the all-time previous time. Since then, we crashed down, but of course, we're able to have a good bounce at a good key level, right? This is stock. Now, look at the challenge of these people. They have bought for many years, but they don't know. So imagine for somebody who understands what he's doing, and he has sold here, and even if he was buying back, so imagine the man that has sold here at 20 naira and was buying back, perhaps he wouldn't buy here, but when he break the neckline, at let's say 4 naira is buying back. Yeah, he's buying back 4 naira. And of course, it's not a scalper, it's just a holder. It's likely he will not buy at the peak, the top of the roof, but maybe when it was already confirming that the market was crashing down from the $4 or 4 naira, selling at about 10 naira and all of that. Then it crashes down, got the key level, right? It bought back again at 5 naira, right? Then it rolled the market back, of course, the sideways move. We have this now. So at 5 naira, 2020, 2010, right? 2020 at 5 naira, 4 naira. Rolled back to 2021, and he sold, of course, it's likely he may not buy again here. He may not have bought level. So all of this thing I'm showing us is a mathematical progression. And also, if you don't have mentorship or right mentor, and you are not ready to learn to and follow instruction, you will misbehave. Then now imagine he bought again last year, November, and added to it again this year, May. So at this year, May, at 10 naira, something, whatever, when it confirmed, up to now. So you're talking of 19 naira, 18 naira, thereabout. So it got to 20 naira. So at this point, if you can break this, it's not going to create another all-time high. So, but do you know that these people were telling me that we bought stock many years, but it was not doing well. We don't know what was happening. So how can something do well more than this? So, but because they were ignorant of it. They were ignorant of it. And that's what the same thing we are facing. So the best thing is people should be encouraged to see by themselves. We should make it the right, the right food to be eaten by everybody so that it won't be the same straitjacket way where somebody, one broker just using your stock to build his portfolio just to be whatever, but you don't know what was happening. And that's one of the biggest challenge. All right. Okay. Thank you. Somebody's writing. I wanted to ask about Eternity Cloud. Okay. Launch. Would there be anything like migration holdings should just relax? I'm not sure there's any migration. They really announced migration. Even for the fact that they will launch on another whatever protocol does not mean that they are not working on their own. It's just like creating a multi-chain. I think that should be. So I'm not sure there was any announcement because we stake. So a lot of staking are still there in the platform for some stake for 2 years, 3 years. So it's just to create a multi-chain for Eternity Cloud. Yeah. Has that answered your question? So there's no any update about migration forums. I will check though, but there's nothing like anything migration. Okay, so any other question, everyone? Any other question, everyone? So please let be our brother's keeper, because the way Ponzi scheme is dealing with people is so enormous. And you can just at the comfort of your home and build wealth for yourself, for your family, for your generation, instead of wasting those money like I told us, I don't know, maybe one of our proteges here tonight, when the Ethereum we bought when it was $86, he bought so much and he wasted it in what they call them, AAS. He sold some of those Ethereum and put that because they promised him percentage. You just have to kill those spirits to know that. But when people buy coin and the market just go down, they start complaining. So, okay, imagine this stock now and all of that. They start complaining. And that's why you won't do well. You have to treat it as a business. And one of the biggest assets of it is that go for more training. Felix, I'm a live student. If I tell you forum I belong to in research work, I pay a lot of money for softwares, for different things. I'm not saying this to brag to anybody because I know I don't like guessing when I want to buy into asset. Can you imagine I buy stock, both local stock, international stocks, and all of that. Someone want to ask me, Felix, you are in crypto, why do you need to buy stock? What you don't know is the other brother. Oh, Felix, you are in crypto, why do you need to trade Forex? No, most people don't know I trade Forex, but I don't trade Forex like, so sometimes you know that people never knew that you can actually trade Forex as a swing trader. Do you know that some people didn't know that you can hold position in Forex for 3 months? Like I told people, I said, we saw when Zenith Bank celebrated a position they hold that was on drawdown for more than 3 months. And so people were like, what people thought about Forex was that, yes, fine, people have energy and time to follow, always, be in a trade and follow. And I can tell you, professional scalper, even, they don't trade all the time. They get good confirmation, enter the trade within a few minutes, they close it, they are done. They don't open that trade again. Some enter trade once a week. Some enter trade twice a week. And they can be particular on an instrument. Some of them just trade gold. Like I make a lot of money on gold last week. Yeah, a lot. I tell you, a whole lot of money on gold last week. Why? Before the NFP, I just say, oh, this thing is going to be favorable. And gold still even having a kind of, so just to tell you, but will it be happening at all time like that? No, it's not going to be happening at all time like that. So, but I make money. Yeah. I make money on gold, but I don't trade Forex at all time. But I make money on gold. Look at now, a lot may be trading it frequently, yeah, this is good. Very fantastic, right? So it's not even at the verge of, okay, possibly if you break this, but are there chances? so much downtime for gold. But you can imagine those of you trade currencies and all of that. You can imagine when somebody long gold or short gold from 1,927 or 1,929 back to 1,910. You know how many pips that is, and then ride it back again. That was a crazy amount of money. So, but that was not a thing to always do, right? So, but because when you come in, the people just tell you, and then you want to be doing it on a regular basis, you're going to kill yourself. So that's why you partition. So will now ask me, why will I put money on stock that is so slow? I rather will put any money like a reserve money into a particular stock I know that I believe in their technology than to put my money in conventional business, because most conventional business you do is highly disappointing. It's either people who are running it for you will not run it well. They come and tell you a story, right? Now, like I told you, in Nigeria, you're going to be paying a lot of tax. Don't worry, get ready for taxes. And people who make less money will pay more tax. And people who make will pay more tax. So it becomes a retrogressive tax system. Government, are they wicked? No, it's your ignorance that is actually killing you. All right? So you see that people in fintech, they don't have office, they sit at home, and they are making more money than me and you, just because of the level of knowledge and the decentralized system. All right, so this what should be enough for a while. So please, let's wake up. There's so much money to be made. Especially now that the government are thinking of CDBC, there are a lot of things going to be happening. I'm not telling or scaring anybody, but a lot of people are going to be having censorship in their transactions, because your whole dollar or whatever, like in Nigeria, by the time they come up with the, the what do they call it? Naira, digital Naira or something, and then it was going to be converted to the government bonds, and then you are subjected under a must to have this amount. Of course, they already said it, those gated. I think I was previously I was telling some persons that this is only going to be happening. And only the API, only GTB API was able to be linked. Other bank couldn't synchronize the API, and of course, but it may come up again, and then they set it up. And of course, you will see that you have money in your bank account, but it will be going to be regimented that you cannot spend more than this. And what will you do? Nothing. And then sometimes you may need to have a pass clearance for you to buy up to this, because you are not, we are going to be investigated. I'm not teaching us to now become like as if you are trying to do some fraud or fraudulent activities. No, I'm just telling us where we probably will be going to. So if you are not in digital space and learning to be charged by yourself, you are still going to be under pressure. Or who knows? How long? We don't know. Okay? So guys, I think that's just the most important aspects that we need to really be aware, help ourselves, make money, help your family, and then stop complaining. Okay, so gold, we're looking at gold to actually be on the rise. But now that US dollar index probably to be falling, so who knows, we may have a flip down. I was out, I just break the money, I was out of it. Because even when it gets to, we have to break this region for us to now have another suit up, maybe back to $2,000 thereabouts. So we have to go above 1,950 to 1,983, and then you can go up. All right, thank you very much, everyone. So have a nice rest. This week may be very terribly volatile, so be careful. You're in the market, close your trade on time. Those of us who are swing trader, we have no business on that. All right, thank you very much. My name again is Jimo, the team leader of PLANB Xpress. Like I've said, we're going to be commencing after all this meeting by August, our next batch of Crypto Academy Basic, Intermediate, Advanced, and Masterclass will be running. For online, it's always running. You want to subscribe, get subscribed now as fast as possible, and then get the knowledge on time when it's relevant. Do have a nice time, everybody. God bless you. Have a nice sleep.